Whew.
It's
What's up?
Podcast
What's up? What's
Wednesday.
up? How y'all doing? It's SW Podcast Wednesday. We are in the building, well, the virtual building, as we love to call it. What's going on, Queen?
And I'm back. And I'm back. I missed y'all last week, boy. What? But it was Mom's
It
birthday.
was Mom's birthday.
Mom's turned 60 and fabulous, so we had to celebrate Mom's birthday with dinner, over there to her house, a couple of laughs, cake, all that good stuff. So I'm back. I'm
That's
back. I'm back.
beautiful.
I'm back. So yes, 60. What?
60.
60. Mom is
60 big
60. And
ones.
I can't believe it, child. I'm like,
I
boy,
know that's
time
right, Miss
has been
Juanita.
like speed. Like I remember when my mama turned 50. Literally, like I remember when she turned 50. To say 60, ride out, ma.
Yeah,
Ride out.
that's 10 more years. So no, so we're gonna go on and get ready for the next 10. Because
Yep,
those be
ride out,
blessed
ma.
times. And it's nothing like being around to be able to celebrate with your mom as she ages. Because as
Yeah.
she age, we age, and we get to have those comparison talks and talk about the things that they went through at our age, and then prepare us for the things we gonna go through at their age. So,
And they chilling, child. Her and my
yeah,
stepdad, they chilling.
I
They
know
living
that's
life,
right.
child. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I
They
know
over
that's
there
right.
chilling, child. So I be like, yeah. What y'all got going on? Them Negroes be like, oh, just call me. I'll let y'all know we finna go out of town. We'll see y'all Sunday or Monday. Oh, all right. Like, all right. Like, happy Rashad or nobody. Rashad ain't have to be picked up. No, or they'll call and tell me, oh, you need to pick up Rashad because we finna go out of town and we won't be able to pick him up or take him to school. Like, you just telling me today and
Mm-hmm.
you need me to do this
Cause that's
tomorrow.
how,
All
cause that's
right.
where they live their life. They get to live their life on the edge. And and
Like,
and I'm ready to get to that point, but they definitely
girl.
get to live their life on the edge. They get to enjoy it. They have nobody to cry bread for, nobody to
Yeah, they
that's waiting on them. No, it's so many different reasons
they
why getting
chilling.
older is a beautiful thing. It's not. It's a beautiful thing. So
They is chilling, honey. They chilling. Straight chilling.
yes,
I'm happy
ma'am.
for them too.
I know
Cause
that's
baby,
right.
that's gonna
Happy
be me.
60th birthday, Miss Juanita.
That's gonna be me. That's gonna be
I'm
me.
telling you, child talking
What you
about
say?
E talking about child, here come E.
Choo choo, what's happening, E? What's
What's
happening?
up,
What's
E?
happening? What's happening?
You know we love when you come through. We love it. We love it. We wouldn't have it any other way, big dog.
Got dirt,
So
E.
welcome to another episode, y'all. Of course, every week we always have a new particular topic at hand, not just on here rambling and running our mouth. We have a reason to be here. And today's reason today's reason is we want to talk about no perfections and the imperfections that make us perfect. Different things of that nature, the whole nobody's perfect tactic, um everything. We're gonna get into the meat and potatoes of perfection and imperfection, and why most people feel like because they have because they're an inspiration that they can speak on things as an expert. Nobody's perfect. So we're gonna get through that, go talk about that this on today's show. And then of course we gotta get start off with our wonderful quote of the day. So let's get into that, and that is very simple. I know you don't heard it in raps. I know you don't heard it in rhymes, but perfect people aren't real and real people aren't perfect.
Period.
Period. And that's just
Period.
facts.
That's
That's just
facts.
facts. It's literally just
But
facts.
yeah, that's facts. But they perfect in their own eyes. So.
Well, that's why we're going to talk about the imperfections that actually make you the perfect you.
Mm-hmm.
And saying that real people aren't real and perfect, well, real perfect people aren't real and real people aren't perfect, is only because everybody has some type of imperfections about them that make them separate from
Yeah.
the next person. So we're not gonna like bash imperfections, because imperfections make us who we are. um
True.
but what we can do is say your imperfections allow you to see that there isn't perfection out here. So even with you being your own perfect self, it's still a form of imperfections involved in that. None of us have the simple, straight, strategic, qualifiable, quantifiable things inside of us that's gonna make us feel like we on top of the world. And let's be honest, perfect is boring. If you really want to know the real,
Cause you by yourself.
yeah, because you a loner in this world. I mean, being weird is already enough. We already get classified as weird when we do things outside of the box or whatever somebody else not doing. But when you
Yeah.
become the perfect person, you got to know that that comes with a lot of dilemmas of God like mentality. And
Yeah.
because
Yeah. None of us
only
ain't
the
got
most
that.
high can be up to that standard, and even he
Yeah.
has made some choices that within us that he has created some imperfect people. So something about us lets us know that even our imperfections make us somewhat qualifiable to be able to live and run our own lives, that we're not just out here
Oh,
playing
most
around.
definitely.
So that's our quotes. Perfect people aren't real, and real people aren't perfect. And um I think that it's pretty self-explanatory. There's not really too much dialogue you can give behind that, because then you're going into the actual meat and potatoes of what we're gonna talk about today anyway. But as far as the quote goes, there aren't a lot of things that you want to try to take away from people when they say, "Oh, I'm perfect at this." I listen to it, and I'm never gonna tell
I'm
somebody, "Oh,
good at
you."
it. I ain't gonna
Yeah.
say perfect.
Mm-mm. I don't. I'll never call myself perfect, only because I know that I come with flaws, and
Yeah.
my flaws are what makes me stand apart from being the next person that
Everybody
names
else.
themselves Shelby, or it's a reason for that. So, um, but first we're going to talk about the 12 reasons why imperfect is perfect, and it's quite simple. Like I said, most of this stuff is self-explanatory, but we're going to talk about it because we want to make sure that everybody realizes that they are their own perfect form of perfection within themselves. Even with all your flaws, or even with your imperfections, you are still qualified to run your life. You are still qualified to be the best version of Candace, the best version of
Yep.
Enigma, the best version of Shelby as we can be. Nobody else can walk in our foot shoes. Nobody else
Mm-hmm.
can live in our bodies and try to be the best version of us. But what we can do is inspire people to go harder at what they want, because who want a whole bunch of yes men around them?
Child, ooh, Lord. Mm-mm. That ain't gonna work for me. Cause I need you
No,
to be I need you to be real with me all the time.
and not even just that. I don't want to be feeling the superiority. I need you to be doing just as
Mm-mm.
much. I need to be saying to you, I'm proud of
I
you.
see you. Yeah, I
I see
see you.
you just as
I
much as you
see
see
you.
me and tell me you proud of me. I need to feel that same energy. I don't want to be around somebody who's just constantly boosting me up and telling me this and telling me that, but they're not doing something in return so that I can still I can feed them that same energy.
Yeah.
What am I saying to
There's a
my
lot of people
friends?
like that.
Ooh, they love yes men. They love a
Mm-hmm.
person who they can feel like that isn't on their level.
Mm-hmm. Very beneath them. I can
And they
lift them
treat
up
them
and
as
say,
such too.
"Ah, what girl?" And don't want certain people around them because they feel like they take a little from them.
Mm-hmm. And it's true
Yes,
though.
indeed. Yeah.
It's true. If that person who feels like they're if a person that you hang around is almost like a yes man to you, and they get around somebody who make them feel like they're on the same level as them,
Mm-hmm.
because not only are you not, what we're doing with people in our circle is we're inspiring everybody in that circle. Is supposed to be inspiring one another, building
Yeah.
bridges for one another, giving reasons to want to keep building, um, and encouraging people in their own rights of how they're going to do their businesses and run their lives and complete their goals. That's what your
Mm-hmm.
circle is supposed to consist of. If your circle doesn't consist of people who are honoring you and giving you that type of feedback, then you're in the wrong type of circle.
Might be time for a new circle.
It don't matter how old we get, there's never a time that you can't start over. You can fall down
Mm-hmm.
150,000 times, but you got to keep getting up. And
You got to
that's
keep.
going
You got to keep pushing.
and that's going to be determined by the people around you letting you know that you got it, that you can do
Mm-hmm.
it. You can encourage yourself, but if you one of those type of people who fall and need that little bit of encouragement, you got to be around people who's going to give it to you. And why be around people who look down on you? Why be around people who feel like you're not even on their level? If somebody, how can you feel like something you've done makes you more qualifiable than the person who hasn't done it before? It's not something about that just don't sit well with me. And it shouldn't sit well with you as that person who needs that uplifting. It shouldn't sit well, but I know a lot of people don't realize their worth. So they can be in situations where they're the yes
Yeah.
man and people continue to tell them certain things and make
Yeah.
them feel a certain type of way because you're a scrub in their eyes or you poo putt.
Mm-hmm. Like I say, you don't want nobody. You don't want them to be. You don't want them to go. You don't want them to go above you.
Exactly.
You want to be that one that's always the number one, the one that always have the finest things, always have this, always look. I need all of us to be getting the same thing if we hanging out together. Not the exact same thing, but the same thing.
Yep. Yep.
We need to celebrate each other all the
And
time.
and
Not just in
empower
private,
them.
but in public too, just like they celebrate you in public.
That's right. That's right. So the people you're building these bridges with need to definitely be people who are welcoming you into, and that you ain't not even to the point where they welcoming you into the circle because you already a part of it. The point is
Hmm.
that are they allowing you to? Are you allowed to even grow in that circle? Are you allowed to put yourself on the same level with them
Yeah.
because you don't got a business or you just got experience and you haven't had the business mindset? Are you allowed to say that I'm an expert in this just because you're not doing it? Yeah. You got the business, you already got the material, you just got to bring it
Yeah.
into work now.
Yeah.
And that's what your circle's supposed to help you do, make sure that you're able to build. um, Jason says, screw them. It's only one life and your breath only matters. That's very true. You got that breath
Yeah.
in your body. Once it's gone,
That's it. That's it.
no, you can't get, nobody can breathe for you.
That
So
is it.
one of the 12 reasons why imperfections are perfect, one of them we'll start is it's a beautiful thing. There's a reason why nature looks so beautiful. The Grand Canyon, the Amazon rainforest, and many other examples that show us that nature can exist in a variety of different shapes and forms without it being wrong or bad. Imitating this outlook on life can help people have a healthier approach to their own lives because instead of thinking that they have to be perfect, people will realize that the different shapes and forms in nature are what makes them so beautiful. If every tree looked the same, we'll be lost. That means that when you say turn left, before maps and all that stuff got big,
Turn left, the
and
ugly
it's
tree
you.
over there. It got such and such on in front of it. It's pink
But
with the
if they
pink
all look the
bow.
same, what we gonna do?
Will be like it'll be a boring world. You got
If
to
every
embrace the
bush was the same,
uniqueness.
exactly,
You got to
exactly,
embrace the
Queen.
uniqueness, and especially your own uniqueness, because it is very unique.
So rather than being afraid of your flaws and imperfections, you can learn to celebrate them because these are the qualities which make you interesting. A lot of people like you for who you are because of the things that you provide, the way you look,
Hmm.
the way you smell, the way you talk. Nobody not just around you because they want to see you look and act like the other Candace.
Mm-mm.
If that's the
It is another
possibility, we
side to me, though.
got
You don't want that girl. That girl can get real down, nasty, dirty, mean, rude.
only
You don't
only
want that.
when
You don't
but
want that one.
only if need be. But the
Yeah.
re- the perfect form of Candace or the imperfect form of Candace is what makes that draws people to you. That part of you is what makes you stand out. Is that part of you is what makes people want to say, you know what, I want to do business with Queen C. I want to
Oh,
shop
we
with Queen
can.
C. It's what
Oh,
you
we can
have
do that.
shown them, what you are providing, the services, the qualities, the
Yeah.
characteristics, the personality. This is what is driving those people to you. You can have a good bit, you can have a good business product, you can have a good product, but if what is standing behind the product ain't pushing that product in the
And pushing the
capacity,
product. Yeah.
it ain't worth a damn.
Mm-hmm. Definitely true.
So, and also another imperfect thing that makes us perfect, it allows us to be more accepted. We are way more open to vulnerabilities when we know that people cannot, if we don't feel like every time somebody dealing with us, they're trying to top us.
Mm-hmm.
We can deal with you. If you come into the circle acting like you better than me, you think I'm gonna want to even get to know who you is before you even know who I am. You coming in, all I do is hear superiority, superiority, superiority. You're not opening up yourself to be liked.
Yeah. And you got to open up yourself to be like.
You got to open up yourself to be
You got
liked,
to. You
to be
got you got to.
respected. Like so if you come straight in and you start giving people the business and it ain't nothing professional about it, it's rude, it's disrespectful, and now at the end of the conversation you say, now I'm opening up the floor to you all to tell me how I feel, how y'all felt about my talk, and then they get up there and start telling you about how they feel about your talk and you don't like what they saying. Is it because of the delivery or what you actually delivered? Because the
Or
message,
both.
it could be both, but we know that most times messages go unheard because of the delivery
Yeah.
and sometimes
I,
because of the messenger.
I always tell my kids that you need to watch your delivery. Your delivery is everything.
If
Because people will
it,
take it, and then people take it different. And then it depends on somebody's mood. They might take your delivery different from everybody else.
that's why I don't do a lot of texting when people are angry.
What? You can, it's like you can feel the emotions through the text. You can literally feel the emotions through the text.
And I joke too much. I joke way too much. So if I don't want my text messages to come off as in I'm insulting what you're saying to me. So when I feel like there's something riveting coming through that text message, I'm just gonna pick up the phone and call you because I want to have clarity. I don't want to try
Yeah.
to understand you through a text because then I'm trying to do that and then you telling me that I'm wrong or I hurt your
Hmm.
feelings because I'm laughing about something I don't know you serious about because of the nature of the text.
You trying to figure it out. You put piecing stuff together. Well, maybe it's this. Well, no,
Just call her.
it sounds like that. Just pick up the phone and call. That's why I tell people, don't have no long paragraph for me. Please just pick the phone up and call me. Because really, that back and forth with that text, and after we didn't text about two good little paragraphs, I'm like, girl, you could have picked up the phone.
And you can have it.
Yes,
And
because
now
I'm
I'm a,
not
now
all
I'm
that
now you gonna
explaining,
tell me I'm rude because I don't even want to respond no more.
all that explaining and stuff. But child ain't got time.
No time, no time. But it allows us to be more accepting because if we if everybody was perfect, then nobody would be able to relate to another person's issues. Nobody would be able to help others because there wouldn't be anything needed to help with
Yeah,
if we all perfect.
don't want to be perfect. Just want to
And
be
nothing
good.
about that sounds riveting for me. It allows us to put more emotional investment into our relationships because we're not forming a perfect um foundation. And that's a great thing. It also allows you to make a difference in this world. If we were all perfect, then there would be no distinction between good and bad.
Mm.
Because nobody will have anything they need to work on. So
And working on yourself is a daily process.
a daily process.
It is a daily process.
do we think that do we think that being born perfect is more satisfying than actually learning who you are? Because if you perfect, then you ain't gotta learn nothing.
That means
You
you
don't
ain't gonna
gotta
never make no
no.
mistakes, and you got to learn. You got to learn from those because life, to me, life is all about you making mistakes, learning from, 'em so you can be able to help the next person that's gonna come. That's just what it is.
That's what it is.
It's all about helping somebody with what they going through because you had already been through something similar, if not the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
So you
True
can't
indeed.
be perfect because that means you ain't been through nothing, and that's scary. If you ain't been
And
through nothing, that means you can't tell me nothing.
because do perfect people have problems? No.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
They perfect. They get everything they want, need, ask for, everything. Mm-mm.
Just think about if everybody was perfect, it would take away the whole need of celebrations. You ain't get no.
Child.
We can't go out and celebrate promotions. We can't go out and celebrate an experience. If we didn't have any obstacles or challenges that we had to work through, then there wouldn't be anything stopping us from achieving our goals. In fact, those struggles actually are what make life worth living because it's how we actually get through and learn how to adapt.
Yes, yes. Especially when you raising kids, you can't be perfect trying to raise some goddamn kids. Not in this crazy world out here.
Telling you,
They ain't
you
gonna
can
know nothing
be
because you too
too
perfect. So
perfect.
they ain't gonna know nothing. Nothing at all.
Good
Even though
evening,
some of them
Jada.
now they be acting like they don't know nothing. What's
That's
up,
right.
Jada Love? Happy
My
belated
baby just
birthday.
turned 19 yesterday. That's
Happy belated birthday, college girl.
I'm sorry,
The
Monday.
college
Yesterday was
girl.
Tuesday. I'm thinking today Tuesday. She turned 19 on Monday. And then we had my 18th birthday last
Erica.
Thursday. So we
Miss
got
E.
who? Miss E, Miss J. Yesterday was my sister. You know, I said last week on
Y'all
last week's
October them
show
babies. Them
that
October
we got a
babies.
lot of just Libras in general because before October even started, we celebrated like three other Libras birthdays or whatever. So it's definitely been a busy season. I'm almost glad it's over with
Ending this
after
thing over
Friday.
with. Yeah, we ended this thing on out because them Capricorns, we coming around the corner soon. We gonna get y'all Sagittarius, y'all Scorpios. We gonna get y'all out the
Yeah, the
way, baby. We gonna
Scorpios
get
up
y'all out
next.
the way.
You
Yeah,
know,
they next.
I as I was
Scorp's
learning,
next.
as I was learning a little bit more about, I'm not gonna jump off top. I'm gonna jump right back on as soon as I jump off. This is what made me imperfect right here.
We always do. We always got to have what's the word?
Je
What's
ne
the word? A
sais
little
quoi.
remix.
Yeah, you
A little
got
remix in the
to,
middle of it. Just a little
got
remix.
to. But as I learn, as I do a little bit more research and I'm learning more about different signs, because you never, like I say, you never stop learning. Um,
Yeah.
Scorpios are the type of sign that love to deal with. They have the savior complex, and they they and their savior complex means that they form trauma bonds. A lot of yeah,
Mm.
Scorpios have a tendency of, and if you and I'm gonna let you
And
think about
other
this.
people trauma.
Other people, yeah, they form bonds with people based on trauma because a lot of the trauma that other people have experienced, they can relate to it in some way,
Hmm.
shape, form, or fashion. And this is what I'm gonna say this about that, and we're gonna go ahead and get back off. But the Scorpio trauma bond that is bonded and formed is a lot of the reason why. If you have met any Scorpios, if you know any Scorpios, you'll notice that they have a lot of people that they're popular people. They have a popular personality. A lot of people know who they are because they've bonded with people on a trauma bond level. So then they
Mm.
start to take anybody in as family. This is my friend, my friend, my friend. All you did was help them through a trauma bond or help them through a season, and they've already formed this whole unique love affair with you in their mind just because of the trauma bond that y'all have bonded with. Most Scorpios
Wow.
I know are very super friendly people. And they're not like not just like, oh, I'm so nice type of friendly. It could be a lot of different reasons with the friendliness, sexual
Yeah.
friendliness, monetary friendliness,
Jealousy,
jealous
friendliness.
friendliness, all that. It's
Yeah.
formed in those bonds that Scorpios create. Okay. That's me getting off
Wow.
track, y'all. But I just want to say that because that season is up next, and you're gonna see a whole lot of people saying certain things about when you see birthday posts and different things of that nature for the Scorpios, you're gonna see a lot of the things that say, "You helped me through this. You made sure I was straight on this." You'll see them saying that a
Mm-hmm.
lot versus the Scorpio even saying it. The Scorpio and the person that is the needed person. They're not the needy type, but they are needed for a lot of different
Yeah,
reasons. So
they want people to need them for stuff.
yes, yes, yes. So if we also again were the perfect versions of ourselves, or this perfect version, it give that imperfect person side of us, it gives us a sense of belonging. People work better in communities, and everybody has something that they can teach somebody else. If we all had the same strengths and weaknesses, then we wouldn't be learning from each other. We all
Mm,
that sense of belonging to something is because you bring something to the table.
yeah.
So we know that, okay, like in Freedom Train, we know where everybody's stand at um with their the things that they're really good at. So we know that Joe is a super YouTube fanatic. He can handle YouTube, and he learns a lot about YouTube. If you want to go talk to somebody about that, that's who you talk to. You
Go
talk to
to
Joe.
Joe.
If you want to talk to somebody about the numbers and how we doing, and where we premiering at and where we getting the most hits at, go talk to Pat. If you want to talk to somebody about hip hop and music and
Mm-hmm.
photography and different things of that nature, you're gonna go over here and talk to E. If you want to talk to somebody about beauty, hair, podcasting, YouTubing, as putting up stuff, you want to go talk to Queen. If you want to talk to somebody about food, you want to talk about women, you want to talk about culture and different things, and that you want to go talk to Shell. Everybody has their
Own thing that
own
they do.
lane that we do. But if we when we pull that all together, we form a team. If you don't
Mm-hmm.
have, if you got everybody in that team that's perfect and doing the same shit, what, that ain't no team.
Yeah.
We
I
don't
got to
need each
start
other.
shouting out Freedom Train when I be shouting out all of us when I be doing my videos. I got to start making sure I put Freedom Train and a nickname in there when I be
Oh
doing them
yeah.
videos.
You want me to send you the hashtags? I just send you all the
Mm-hmm.
hashtags. Cause
Yeah, so
that's
I
how
can
I do. I
start
just
putting
put
all
them
them
on
in there.
every post.
Especially
And
in the
everybody.
live videos, because I get like they have, look, we off topic again, y'all. I bet they didn't switch my whole Facebook page, and I'm like, well, when my Facebook page got to a like page, became a like page, my actually
Mm.
personal Facebook page. Just one day I got on there, and they was like, they, and I was like, well, I said, well, how the hell this happen?
Do you do
But it
promo
just
on it?
switched.
You do promo on it, don't it?
I ain't did no promo and none of that in a long time since I closed J. I had stopped doing promo and stuff for J2 Couture, but it switched over. It was sad because of the influence, I guess, on
Mm-hmm.
because of my stories. I have a lot of people in my stories. I didn't realize how many people that be in my actual stories.
Yeah, I
So
have
it
a
been
lot of people in my
tracking it. I
stories, so
say, well,
it
oh,
tracks
all
it. You
right,
definitely get tracked. You get
yeah, it's
it
tracking it.
clicks, all those different clicks and different things that are drawing traffic to your page. They're gonna notice it. They're
And
gonna
when it
notice it.
switched is when I know when it switched. I can tell you exactly when it switched. It switched when I posted that picture of all of us ladies in Hawaii. It switched.
Oh yeah.
When I posted that picture and got all the people that came and commented and liked the picture, it switched after that day. I mean, like
Well,
it
that's
completely switched, and I was like, "Oh, okay."
the
So I
reason
please
for it.
that. Yeah. So I was like, "All right,
That girl
we'll
out here
use
doing
this."
that. That girl out here doing that influencing. Don't
I
play
didn't know
with
I was an
Queen.
influencer, but thank you though. Thank you though. The Facebook people said it, so we just gonna say thank you though. Appreciate it.
But
Appreciate it. But back to the subject.
those are definitely reasons as to why we have to have a team of people, though, because everybody brings something to the table that the other person doesn't bring. And even if the other person does bring it to the table, they might not be as skilled in that
Yeah,
particular um item as another person may be. So we have those things for a reason. In order for us to feel connected, to have a sense of belonging, we should all realize that it's okay for everybody to not be perfect. um
that
and
part.
it's what makes us unique. The my the left a mole on my nose might make me stand out a whole lot more than a person who may not have a mole. Those things
Yeah.
about us that people like and point out are what makes us the human form of imperfectionly perfect people. We have to remember that our imperfections are make is literally what makes us the perfect form of who we are. Without
That
those,
uniqueness.
you wouldn't be unique at all.
That uniqueness.
You
Very
can learn a lot
important.
from your flaws.
Embrace them. Embrace them.
And then when you looking at the things that you don't like about yourself, it allows you to learn how to progress, learn how to do
Mm-hmm.
what you do something to yourself that you actually will like. And I'm not saying because you got a flat ass go get a BBL. That's not what I mean when I say stuff like that. That's not what I
But you
mean.
can go in the gym. You can just do your some squats. Do your 100 to 200 squats, and baby,
A
it'll
day.
give you a little lift. It'll give
Yes,
you
it
a little
will.
lift
And
now.
we've seen that. It's happening with people
Yeah.
regularly. So
Yes.
making yourself the perfect version of you does not mean it has to be a surgical change. The perfect version of you can literally happen with goal changing and things
A
that
mental
thing
change.
yes, mental changes, weak strengths that were used to be weak, or
Yeah.
weaknesses that are not, that you're now looking at and saying, you know what, that's not, to me that's not a weakness, I'm just not good at that. You start to
hmm
rationalize and realize that a lot of things that you look at yourself and don't like, other people love.
That's true.
That's
That's
weird
definitely
too,
true.
but I've learned
Yeah,
that.
that's true. That is so true.
I learned that because, like, I always felt like I had the ugliest feet in the world, but that ain't never kept them out nobody's mouth.
Let me have a sip of water. Chill. You say that's too funny. Girl, you off the chain, girl. You off the chain. You off the chain. But hey, that's
But
just that's what it is. That's making
it's
your point.
that I'm proving a point. Like, that's
That's the
my
point.
flaw. To me, that's a flaw for me, and
Yeah.
I've always felt like that. But I keep them done, and I keep
Yeah.
them spruced up, so people always, they like what they see.
Oh,
But
you
I
got
be
some
like,
cute feet.
seriously,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
just it's just an example, fellas. It's just an example, but but it definitely has some truth to it. You're not,
hmm
things that you find imperfect about yourself or any flaw that you may see. It may be just the opposite when you dating somebody or you talking to somebody or even your friends. Like, um things you might not think you look good in. And then next thing you know, you put it on, everybody be like, girl, you look good. Why you ain't never wore
Yeah.
that?
Girl, because I just ain't trying to show off my body like
No.
that.
It's just certain things that are not for everybody. And then there's certain
Yeah,
things that I don't want to do around everybody too.
most
So,
definitely. Because I
you
know
know,
I'm one of them people. It's just everything I don't do around everybody.
no, no, no.
That don't mean I'm perfect. I just don't do it around you.
And our imperfections make us grow. There are some mistakes that only come around once in a lifetime, but there are also some things that you're going to have to deal with on an almost daily basis. So when
Yeah.
you fall flat on your face, the only way of getting back up is by dusting yourself off and doing it all over again until you get it right. So by embracing that imperfection of yourself, we can learn how to progress and grow as a person. So you can't get up and dust yourself off again if you don't never feel like you fall.
Wow.
You can't grow if you don't fall down a little bit. You can't
You
keep
got to fall.
you got to something you it, a mistake has to happen. A
Parents, you got to
loophole.
let your children fall.
Yeah.
You got to let your children
Yeah.
fall, parents. We be trying to prevent them from falling, but we got to let them fall. We don't want them
And
to fall too deep, but you got to let them
but you
fall.
can't
You got to
always
let them
be there to
skip the knee.
always you can't
You ain't gonna be
always
able
be
to
there.
save them.
No, you can't always be there to save everything, because then what you're teaching them is that there is no reason for them to have to learn how to do it themselves, because
hmm
mommy and daddy are always going to be there to make to to be
Make a
our
way.
backbone. It's one thing to be somebody's backbone, but it's also another thing to be somebody's crutch. And a lot of
Mm.
parents have really become a crutch to their children's lives. That's why they don't know how to fall. They don't know what to do. They don't know, even if they're in a bad situation, they don't know how to turn the light back on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I have literally, I have watched my child, like my oldest daughter. I have sat up here and watched her go through something. She ain't asked for no help either. She ain't built like that. But she'll come to you at the end and be like, "Ma, I figured it out." Figured out what, Jay?
Mm-hmm.
Now I know the whole story then though. But I'm in the dark at first because she's going to go through it and figure it out.
Yeah.
And I would rather her, I mean, you come tell me if it gets too dark and too cloudy, that's what I'm here for.
That's what
Now,
you're here for. Yep.
because I don't want to see you scratching and scrubbing, clawing blood to get to your destination. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see it to the point where your fingers and stuff bloody because you have clawed so hard to try to make it. To me, you have
Yeah.
fallen. You done failed now. Now, if there's something I can do to help lift you back from that fall and help you see where your mistake started, help you change how that mistake will not be a mistake again, that's what the building up is there for. But I cannot
Mm-hmm.
be that door every time you face a brick wall.
Wow.
You got to
That's a
learn
good
how
one,
to
Shell.
you got to learn how to open that door on your own. To see, because sometimes that door might be another brick wall.
Yep.
But
You got to
but the only
keep. You
person
got to
gonna know
keep
is you
going
do
through
it.
them.
You got
Yeah.
to.
Till
You
you
got
get
to.
down the free hallway.
That's what exactly where the light at. Where the light at.
Where the light
Cause
at?
it's
Till you
been
get
dark
down the
over here.
free hallway. The light, and you might not be there. The light may be not even reachable, but you see it.
Mm-mm. But you
You
see it.
see it. You
As
see it
long as you
though.
can see it, you know that you're going the right way. You know
That's
you're
it.
going the right way. And that's what we got to
That's it.
remember. Those mistakes help us grow. They literally help us grow. Not one time have I, and then another thing is once you come to, and this was going to be the basis of the conversation. Once you come to the rationalization and the full true knowing of thyself,
Yeah.
the person I look in the mirror every single day.
That man in
Once
the
I
mirror.
know, then I know when I'm about to make a mistake too. I know when I'm about to walk into failure or into a brick wall because I'm so knowing of self. I pretty much done trap my own damn self into this area because
Mm-hmm.
I know what I'm capable of. But if I sit up there and try to act like that this ain't really happening because I don't want to face it, then that's no longer a mistake. That's a goddamn decision.
Mm. And it was your choice.
And you made a choice. You made a
And you
solid
made a
choice.
choice. You made a
And I
choice.
can, and the reason why I say that was the basis of it because I've actually had to, as a full grown adult, had to sit down and have a conversation with my kids and say to them, I knew how this was going to turn out. I just didn't want it to turn out that way. I thought I could avoid
Mm-hmm.
it. I wanted to change the circle or turn left when I was supposed to keep going straight or
Yeah.
whatever. Or I should have turned or kept going straight and I ended up turning left. So I knew where I made that left wrong turn at. Now this is the outcome of my decision. You got to deal with it.
You got to deal with it. And this is what it is.
It's what it is.
This is what it is. Take
And a
it or
lot of
leave it.
us do not. That's why a lot of us don't really know self. A lot of us don't want to admit when we are the problem with, for the most of our issues. A lot of us will
Mm-hmm.
not admit that. And a lot of us will not admit that we like people around us that are not on our level so that we can make them feel or so we can feel more superior.
But you ain't learning nothing though. I need you to be
Or
on. I
are
need you to
you
be smaller than me. I need you not smaller than. I need you to be you. I need you to
bigger
know
than me
more
or
than me.
yeah, but see, are
Either
they
we
not
right
though?
here together and growing, or you up here and I'm growing up there where you at. Because I need to be. I need to be learning. I need to be learning. I need
I
to
need
be
my
learning.
whole team like that. But I know that a lot of the
I need you
and
to
what
be
I
on.
mean by
I
that
need
is
you to be smaller than. Mm-hmm.
what I mean by that is I know that people will literally take ideas from people in their circle and build off of that because they have the finances and the structure already set up to take it. But so sometimes you learn it
And
from the
some
people
they had a drive.
and they have the drive. But you're not giving the person who you got that from credit because you don't
Yeah.
look at them with respect. You don't see them with respect. You don't so you keep certain people around you because you know that they got it in them to be good. They got it in them to make good choices, but they don't got the right people that's pushing them to those good choices. So what you
Yeah.
end up doing is using them and taking and draining their energy, their skills, their goals, and making it look like your own.
Mm. Mm-mm-mm.
It's
Dream
so many people.
snatchers.
It's so many energy, and that's energy snatchers, goal snatchers.
Hmm.
Oh my God, it's a list. It goes on.
Yep.
So it also shows us what the world is capable of because despite being human, it's amazing how resilient Mother Nature can be when she has to be, whether it's an earthquake or a tsunami. Everybody should realize that the world isn't going to stop turning just because of a few glitches here and there. What this does,
Mm.
what this does show us is that the world is full of surprises and that it's never going to be perfect, but we get the chance to see how strong we really are when we are put under pressure. And humans don't like pressure.
But only the real survive through the
Only the real
pressure.
survive.
Only
And
the real
they
survive through the
and
pressure.
survival is not this.
Uh-uh. Mm-mm.
It's not survival
Survival is going through it
to get through it.
and to get through it. And you got to have a positive attitude going through it. Because as I said, I always say it's your faith walk. It's your faith walk test. That's what it is for me. Your faith walk test. So as you going through it, it's gonna depend on your personality, your attitude, what you gonna react to as you going through it. Are you gonna be negative? Are you gonna be positive? Who you gonna like? Who you gonna not like? Who you gonna get rid of? And what you gonna do going through this process to get you to where you finna actually go to that next level. And that's what it
That's
is.
right. That's right.
That's what it is. Because
That's right.
it's all about levels in life. Because it's about growth
That's
in life.
right. That's right.
So
Jason, what
you're
you
gonna
talking
go
about?
through them different things so you can get to that different level and growth in life. And that's what it is.
That's what it is. That's what it is. That is literally what it boils down to, Queen. It boils down to that. And the negative and if you have anybody around you that's making you feel like your form of imperfection is not solid enough for them, cut their ass off.
Oh yeah.
Because what you bring to the table is your voice. And once you stop worrying about being perfect, we can start to explore who we really are as a person rather than trying to imitate or follow someone else's path because it seems like the logical choice. The only
Mm-mm.
way a human can learn about themselves is through time and by venturing off the beaten path. There's no blueprint set up for your life. No matter how many people tell you that, you know, you got the juice, you got this, yeah, but only if I got it. Only if I decide that's my path. If I'm not choosing
You
my
riding
own
your
path,
path as you go.
yes.
You
But if
riding
you're
it
not
as you
in
go.
control of it, then you really just out here being a follower, a puppet. That's right.
Because that's what somebody doing. They doing
Controlling
this to
you.
you.
You never
Mm-hmm.
live to impress or do anything for anybody else. It's never supposed to be that way. Your perfection, your imperfect form of perfection for yourself is simply because you exist as you for a
Yeah.
reason. Literally for a reason. Your nose is different from the next person's nose. Your eyes is different from the next person's eyes. No matter how many times they tell my baby she look like me, I can look at her face and see 20 different features that's
Girl, I
different
see
from
everybody.
mine.
I see everybody about you. Like you
You know
look
what I'm
at them, you
saying?
see everybody. You see everybody.
You see everybody who had a part in them. You see the
Yeah, you see
family.
everybody. Yeah,
You see that.
everybody.
So it's nothing that's gonna, and that's what makes them unique. If
Hmm.
they moved and did everything how you moved and did everything, then why would you want them to be robotic?
I'm so happy my children following the path that they want. Only thing I can do is encourage them, lead them, and try to support them the best way I can.
And a
but
lot
take
of
your
kids don't
own
got
path.
parents like that.
Yeah, take your own path because you can't take my path. 'Cause baby, look, you don't even want. I didn't. I walked this path to make it a little bit easy for your path because
That's
I'm your
right.
parent.
That's
But you
right.
still gonna have your stumps, and but I didn't walk the path to make it a little bit easier for you.
That's right.
Walk your own path with your imperfections.
That is right. That is very much so true. So, if we haven't said anything to you all today, I want you to, and that you felt like you couldn't take away from this conversation, I at least want you to take away the ideal of the fact that the ideal fact that if it wasn't for you having the imperfect things in you, on you, around you, near you, you wouldn't be able to inspire. You wouldn't be able to subscribe. It wouldn't be things that you emotionally feel that others don't
At
feel. You
all.
would not be able to keep walking through this life if you were built like the next person.
At all.
And
At
that's
all,
our show
Queen.
for today. We want to make sure you all remember that your form of perfection is the best form of you. Don't let anybody else tell you that. And no matter how old we get, we ain't too smart. We don't know enough. We don't know everything. And
Learning every day.
we are 40, 41-year old women sitting here telling people that being perfect, it ain't real. And we're telling this to our audience. And most of our
Hmm.
audience consists of people our age or higher. We have some younger people that tiptoe in every now and again, but most of our audience is people who are our age. So it's a lot of people who struggle with certain issues that they haven't been taught or even showed themselves that they're stronger than, that they're above. They deal with these things. We don't just have these conversations because it's illogical. We have it because these are daily things that people have to go through, and some
Yeah.
people don't know how to go through it and they need to hear it.
Yeah. That's true. See.
So it's not just a conversation just to have. It's a topic that I know a lot of black women struggle with, and I know a lot of black men struggle with. So if they're struggling with that, just imagine that their black children are gonna come out
Been
of
talking
that
about
same home
struggling.
struggling with it
Hmm.
as well. So we have to change the dynamic of our culture when we are in a situation to do so, because there's always people listening and watching and trying to be somewhat near who we are. So your imperfect form of yourself is definitely inspirational to others, and it makes people want to do better. But it also means that you in the right circle because you're
Hmm.
growing.
You
It's a lot of
growing.
these people not. So
You growing.
thank y'all for
Growth, growth,
tuning in.
growth.
Constant growth. Thank y'all for tuning in as always. We appreciate y'all. And we, of course, we like y'all. We
Yes.
love y'all. And regardless of everything that may be going on in your life, remember you woke up, you got another opportunity. And tomorrow, if you wake
Okay.
up, you got another
Okay.
opportunity. Don't waste it. Don't take it for granted. We like y'all. We love y'all. We'll see y'all next week. Catch us back. And next week, it'll be Scorpio season. Tune in. Peace.
Peace.